let's get back into it. Gucci Gang girl, crazy. That face was crazy. But let's get into why the line hit so specific about him melting down the chains that I bought from your boss. We take it a step back. Drake and 21 Savage put out an album called Her Loss. And we can go through the timeline of this. We're following the timeline. Her Loss dropped on November 4th of 2022. Let's take a look at when Travis Scott's Utopia dropped. I believe it was 2023. July 28th, 2023. So about half of a year later, that dropped. But there's a song and a video on this project called Jumbotron Shit Poppin'. Jumbotron. Let's talk about that. Jumbotron Shit Poppin' video. I could probably even just find a screenshot without showing y'all a full video because I don't want to fuck with YouTube no more. They got me. They got me, gang. He purchased a lot of prized possessions at an auction that belongs to Pharrell Williams. We can see the pictures here. These are the pictures. This is what's going on. Drake was sporting them in this video. No mention of it being Pharrell's, but clearly if you know, you know. Hey, good night. All the way from Croatia. Shout out to Gucci Gang girl once again. Be safe. Hope to see you around here again. If you know these chains, if you've seen these chains before and you've seen Drake wearing them, you know. You know who they belong to. Pharrell Williams, N.E.R.D. This is classic moments in hip-hop. Drake wearing them in the video. He even has Pharrell's gold PSP, limited edition. They didn't make that many of those. I don't even think they made them. Might have been custom. This is the reference to the song name Meltdown, by the way. Drake referring to, I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Give a fuck about all of that heritage shit. That's basically him throwing a shot at Pusha T. Who's his boss? Pharrell. Maybe not his boss in my schedule's out. I'm spinning for real. Maybe not his boss in like the traditional sense, but I mean, if you are signed to a label, it's your boss. He's no longer signed to Pharrell now. That's like his man's, but I mean, that's just hip hop's way of throwing shade, throwing a shot. Bow, I hit you with the little blicky. Let's hear it one more time and just listen to the disrespect.
Man, fuck all that spinning the narrative. I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Give a fuck about all of that heritage.
Diss his chains, diss Pusha T and Pharrell in the same sentence. I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Give a fuck about all of that heritage shit. And then went on to diss Pharrell some more. Yo, since V not around, the members done hung up the Louis. They're not even wearing that shit. V, R.I.P., that's Virgil. Oh my God, what happened to Virgil? That's Virgil. Virgil was the head of Louis V before Pharrell got there. Pharrell was basically like the replacement. Respectfully, they had to replace Virgil. He passed away. They needed somebody else. Let's get another nigga in there. Pharrell, well deserved. Very well deserved. But if my mans was there before you and my mans passed away, hanging up the Louis, B, we not even wearing that shit.
Be not around. The members done hung up the Louis. They not even wearing it.
That's just surface level. That's just surface level. We could take it fast forward now to the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef. And he start talking about some shit on Family Matters where it's like, whoa. But let's bring this back to Pusha T versus Travis Scott. So this is where a lot of this stems from. Pusha T just explained to us, hey man, Travis is a whore. He'll do it to anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck who he is disloyal and not loyal to. He's just trying to sell a record. And let's talk real quick. Is that a bad thing? Is trying to sell your records a bad thing? Is trying to sell your records a bad thing? Let's talk, chat. Let's have a heart-to-heart, really. As I'm wearing my Travis Scott merch. Is trying to sell your record a bad thing? Like, do we have to uphold morality and the same values that we do in the real world when this hip-hop and entertainment business in general, maybe not hip-hop, just entertainment, when that shit is built off of facades and fake relationships. Do you have to maintain morality when you're trying to sell records, when you're trying to sell music? Selling music has to be probably one of the hardest things to sell. It's not a tangible item unless you're fucking buying vinyl. Like, I like to, that's part of the reason why I like to buy vinyl. I want to feel like I own the music. Nowadays, you got shit in your phone. It's like, hey, man. Oh, shit, you got that new album? Yeah, I got it twice on both phones. But I ain't even pay for the shit. I'm paying for the streaming service. Is that so bad that you'll go to Pharrell and try to get hype and get some clout off of him and be in his studio session? Interrupt the nigga studio session, by the way. Interrupt the studio session and then leave. You got your footage. And then do a song with the ops that's dissing you. Fucked up. But if we're not real friends, it's a fucked up thing in terms of morals. Values. You may not want to make a friend of this person in the real world, but if this is the music business, it's a business, my guy. I'm trying to sell some albums, bro. I got Utopia coming out. I've been promoting this shit for years. I done pushed this shit back because of the Astro World situation. Nigga, I am trying to get a buck. I need some help. Help me. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad, but hey, shit happens, man. We watched the Paris clip. We watched Pusha T talk about it. We heard the record. Let's listen to and find some more shit. Let's go through the history about it, and we can listen to a couple more people's opinions on it. Now, I did want to bring this up. Shout out to my nigga Chris. Shout out to Waves. There's always Waves, baby. There's always the gang. I wanted to bring this up because there is the other side of the story that clearly Travis cleared the song and put it out on his record. That is undeniable. You clear it, you heard it, you had to clear it. It's Drake. Of course, it's a Drake verse. Especially since my last Drake song was Sicko Mode and that shit took him to the roof. Apparently, a lot of the vinyl, the tangible product, didn't even have Meltdown listed as a song on the track list because the story was and is Drake recorded that at the last minute, literally day before, because we live in this era now where you could just send a file, some stems, the master recording, and that shit could make a deadline. If your project is coming out tomorrow, it could make the deadline tonight, nigga. And then shout out to my nigga Chris. If we look here, Meltdown is track 7 on the Utopia album. But if you take a look at some of these vinyls, there's no Meltdown printed on this. And this is printed. This is not like this Photoshop and no shit. The song is A. There's a song called A that's Travis Scott and Lil Uzi. Forgive me, Uzi. It's not listed on any version of the vinyl. You got to think, Travis Scott is a merch nigga. Like, I get merch from Travis all the time. He puts out merch like hotcakes. He also puts out multiple editions and multiple versions of the same album. Different album covers, different this, different that. This is the second one we're looking at. This is another one. This is a song called A. Again, not on there. What I'm getting from this is, hey, man, and also even more so, first edition is right here in nice, what's that, Arial, nice little Times New Roman font. First edition, no Meltdown on there. You don't see Drake or that song at all on this back cover. Which I can be led to believe, hey, man, we had these bitches pressed up. Didn't know Drake was going to be on it. Pusha T's story, and we can go back to it once we get through all of this. Hey, man, he played us the Meltdown record, but he didn't play the Drake part. What if the Drake part didn't exist at this time when he played it? I want to go back and watch the Pusha T clip because I think he said it was the day before it was dropping. But the story is Drake recorded the verse and did it the night before. So he could have possibly didn't have that Drake verse at the time. And even more so to show why I think this may be true, we're going to play another clip of Pusha T on a Joe Budden podcast episode talking about why he's never allowed to be around when it's Drake things going on. Any Drake business, they kick him out. He's not allowed. They don't bring it up around him. Could it be Travis was aware of this? He comes from the Good Music family. Travis was never signed to Good Music officially, but he's part of the crew. He one of them niggas. Could it be he was aware of this same thing? Knew Pusha was going to be there or figured out Pusha was going to be there? A lot of speculation, but this is, you know what I mean? Look, another alternative copy of the album. No version of that on there. So, you know, and then you go and you see the actual album now. Shout out to my nigga Chris for just breaking this down so wonderfully. W Mans. You see, Meltdown featuring Drake is the 7th track. A with Uzi is in place for Meltdown on damn near all vinyl, song 7. So I mean, did he know